Welcome to the Dare to Grow Show. I'm Sarah Morgan, and my mission is to help you take daily action in your business, show up consistently and confidently for your audience, and earn more with digital products and programs. I know you have a rad vision for your life and business, but do you dare to grow? Let's jump into this episode and talk about how to make it happen. Let's talk about content planning, Instagram posts, emails, blog posts, YouTube video, podcast episodes, whatever you are creating as part of your marketing to attract new clients and customers into your bubble, into your community, into your audience. If we haven't met before, I'm Sarah. I run Dare to Grow, and I teach you how to market your business online. And I have been creating content before it was creating content. I've been creating content since 1998. It's so long ago. That is so long ago. That is vintage. I was creating vintage content on my blog in 98. So I have an enormous amount of experience. I've had a blog for a very long time, multiple different blogs about my teenage life, blogs about bands, blogs about marketing. And one thing I've learned over the past how many years, the more you enjoy creating content, the easier it is to show up and actually do the thing, to show up consistently, whatever consistently means to you. 7 days a week, once a month, more than once a month. And I want to share my content plan because I have recently kind of adjusted everything, rearranged things. Before, Instagram and my podcast were kind of at the top. And now YouTube is at the top. So what I have done, instead of having all of my content in separate buckets, so I've got my Instagram posts, and then I'm making separate posts for YouTube, I'm making separate posts for Facebook or a podcast. And when you're making different content for every platform, it is a lot of work. You might be feeling like all you're doing is creating content. And I, as much as I love content and I love sharing and getting to know people and building a community, I do not want to be making videos or writing scripts or doing that thing my entire day. I have other things that I need to be doing to run my business, and I'm sure you do too. So instead of having all of these buckets that you're constantly trying to fill up, we're going to make a pyramid, or what I call a waterfall of content, because the content at the top of the pyramid, for me it's YouTube, is going to flow into everything else. And there are multiple reasons for starting from one platform or one starting point. Number one, your content is going to have more longevity, which means it's going to get in front of more people because you're promoting it in more places more often. So if I create 7 YouTube videos every single week, you are probably only going to watch 1, maybe 2. My biggest fans, I love you. I know you're going to watch them all, probably more than once. But for people coming into your audience or who have just met you and they've just started following you, they're not going to watch 7 pieces of content every single week because they're following hundreds of other people who are also posting content. So you don't need to be creating a piece of content every single day. Instead, you can set up a waterfall. So essentially what you're doing is putting one platform at the top, and then the content from that platform is going to kind of waterfall or flow into your other platforms. So this audio will end up on the podcast. Shout out to my podcast listeners. And then I'll take this video and cut it into pieces so that I have 30-second to 1 minute long clips, maybe like 3 of them, that I can put on Instagram Reels. I can put it in my stories. I can put it on TikTok, and I can put it on Facebook and Pinterest. Pinterest will do video now, and it works really well over there. I've been pinning a lot of video on Pinterest. And that is going to be the same clips, the same captions, the same information that I'm just taking from something I already created. So I can end up with like 12 pieces of social media content from this one video, and recording this will take me like 20 minutes. I will also take the transcript from this video and turn it into a blog post for anybody who prefers to read content. And then I will be sending an email with some of the tips or a little video or something, and send people to YouTube and the podcast and the blog post to connect people with whatever version of that content they are most interested in consuming. So some people are always in their car. They only listen to podcasts because they're in their car, they're on their commute. I am not often in my car, maybe a couple of times a week, and I'm running, 10 minutes away. So I'm not going to sit there and go through an entire podcast episode. So I like watching videos on my TV while I eat breakfast. That's where my content consumption happens. So paying attention to how your audience is consuming your content can be really helpful to figure out Should I be putting more time into video? Maybe I just needed to do audio, or maybe they really are on Instagram or Facebook and you're going to be connecting with them on those platforms. Now, if your content plan doesn't look like mine, it's not a waterfall, you're not on all the platforms, that is fine. So one thing I always remind my clients and everyone in the membership is that you don't have to do things the way I'm doing them. You don't have to be on all the platforms. You don't have to make video if you don't want to make video. I think you should make video because it is a really fast way to connect with people. But if you'd rather do podcasts, or you want to write blog posts, or you just want to write a really good long Instagram caption, do it your way. The easier it is on your end, the easier it's going to be for you to be consistent. And this is hopefully, I feel like it's going to be the easiest version for me right now to create content. And this may mean that in 6 months, I am over the YouTube channel, but I have to do the thing to figure out if that is going to be true. So I'm giving myself a few months. We're going to make a bunch of videos. And if it turns out that YouTube is awful and I hate it, I'll go back into the podcast closet and I'll still have a library available on YouTube, which it will continue to show people whether or not I keep posting. So this is a little bit of an experiment, but I'm so far feeling really, really good about it. Making videos is feeling easier because I'm not being super picky with myself or looking at what other people are doing and then feeling like mine actually looks like shit and I don't want to post it anymore. Totally happens. But I'm feeling pretty comfortable so far. I feel like the past 7 years have given me a lot of practice doing video, and I feel more confident about my abilities on camera, the way I show up on camera, what I'm talking about. So I feel like it's going to be a lot easier this time just because I give a lot less fucks about what everyone else is doing and how my video compares to the quality of their videos. So I've got one more thing to share today, and that is my content planning document. So like I said, I don't like a complicated process with anything. The easier it is for me to do the work, the more likely I'm going to actually do it. So I've just been using a Google Doc. Now I planned in Asana, I planned in Airtable, I planned in ClickUp. I still use ClickUp and Airtable. But for some reason with content planning, I just like to keep it super simple. So it's just a regular Google Doc. You can see on the left side of the screen, I have the document outline open, and you can see that under View. And what I'm doing is using the headings to create that list so I can scroll through the outline and see what I'm posting, when things are going up, where I have gaps in my content plan. And then I'm simply writing a bulleted list under every heading. And that's what I talk about. So instead of writing a full script, I'm keeping it really, really simple, relying on my ability to be chatty and talk about this stuff in depth for a long time, and keeping all of my outlines in one document. Usually it's for the whole year, and the next year I'll start a new document, has been very, very helpful. Now, with video and graphics, and if you're doing podcast episodes, Instagram, Pinterest, you might have a lot of assets, text, graphics, photos, video, audio, all the things that you need to kind of keep together. This is where you might want to use either ClickUp or Airtable because it's going to act as a database and you'll be able to do kind of a spreadsheet. But when you click on the row, you will be able to see all of your assets, your notes, categories, tags, links, everything in one. It's called a record. And I definitely have a training for that inside the membership if you're like, so this is my content plan going forward. We're going to see how it works. I might make some adjustments, but I'm feeling good so far. And if you have any questions on creating content, feel free to leave a comment on the YouTube video. If you're on the podcast, come on over and hang out with us on YouTube or send me a DM on Instagram. If there's anything specific or anything you want me to go more in depth with in relation to content planning and creating a lot of content for your marketing, I am happy to help you out. Also, I'm always in the membership. I know this stuff can be really complicated. There are only 5 million options for everything. So if you're feeling stuck, daretogrow.co/membership. I would love to hang out with you and help you out. All right, have a great week, and I will talk to you again soon. Oh, and one more thing before I go. If you have any questions on anything we talked about today, or if you are looking for help to market and grow your business, head over to daretogrow.co. That's daretogrow.co, and join us in Dare to Grow. It's my membership for solopreneurs looking to simplify their marketing, show up with confidence, and finally grow their online business. You will get instant access to all of the trainings, the twice monthly coaching calls, our monthly planning and goal setting call, and our super supportive Facebook community filled with solopreneurs just like you. Seriously, it's
so good. If that sounds like something you need, link is in the show notes or visit daretogrow.co, and I will see you inside.